Hello, my name is Brad Beard, owner and winemaker for Mercury Wine, and we're going to be doing another awesome wine and food pairing. This is a recipe that I've never done before, so I'll be having to figure out which wines go great with it. This recipe also happens to be vegan, and it was sent to us from one of our club members. She's awesome. Hey there, Ruth Wilson. Thank you very much for sending this video, or sending us this recipe in so I could do a video and a pairing with it. The salad is called a tabbouleh salad, definitely Middle Eastern or Syrian style. And she sent me her recipe, and I was looking at other ones. Sometimes there's some tomatoes and other things in there, but we're going to stick to her recipe and see how it goes. First thing you need to do is cook up some quinoa, and it wasn't specific on what type of quinoa, but I went ahead and did the multicolored quinoa and thought that would be a little bit of fun. We need 1 cup of peas. So let's go ahead and just put this thing together, because we are trying to keep these videos to a little bit shorter time frame there. All right, so we've already got our quinoa cooked. Took about 15 to 20 minutes. This was a half a cup of quinoa to a cup of water. We got the water boiling, a pinch of salt. I think I probably threw in a little too much salt, so I'm going to be very careful with how much salt I add to the end. And then we've got our peas, which are also very simple. These were frozen peas right out of the freezer. Tossed them in some boiling water with a little pinch of salt. A couple minutes later, pulled them out, drained them off, threw them in some cold water so they'd retain their color. And then I mashed them up. This is the first time I mashed peas up. I tried a fork for a little while. That wasn't working very well, so I ended up using a spoon in my bowl. I think it's going to be okay. So we'll just go ahead and get these guys in there. Looking good. Next is going to be, this is a 1/4 cup of red onion. Just happened to be a 1/4 of a medium sized red onion. Doing pretty good there. This is 1 cup of fresh chopped parsley. I wasn't sure which type of parsley to use, but I went ahead and went with an Italian flat leaf. Looking good. And then we've got 2 teaspoons of mint that we're going to throw on top of there as well. Excellent. And then the recipe called for a pinch of this Aleppo pepper. I am not that familiar with Aleppo, but I tasted it. I like it a lot. It's sort of a cross between maybe a nice Spanish paprika and oh my gosh, it's not too spicy, so it's not as spicy as cayenne, but it has the flavors in between paprika and cayenne. I'm not sure what kind of pinch they were talking about, but I've got pretty good sized fingers, and I liked the flavor, so I'm putting in quite a nice pinch. This is where I would add in a little bit of the salt, but we're not going to today, or at least not until I taste it, because I don't want it to be too salty. And then 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We'll go ahead and give a 1 and a 2 and a 3. I don't think you can go wrong with that. And then it also called for 3 tablespoons of lemon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the half lemon, and then I'll just kind of sneak up on it, because I don't think I want it to be too lemony, but we will find out here shortly. All right. Because we're all learning this one together. All right. That might have been a tablespoon or 2. And then it just says to go ahead and get everything all mixed up. Looking very nice. Actually a nice color. I'm really glad I went with the tricolored quinoa. I think it gives a nice look there. Smashed peas are looking nice. All right. You know, and I didn't bring myself out a spoon to taste this with. I'm going to be eating this myself tonight, so I think it's going to be okay. Danny will never know. All right, so let's find out what kind of flavor profile this has, see if it needs a little bit of salt or a little bit more of that lemon. Oh, wow. You get a really nice crunchiness from the onion. The peas and the quinoa have a nice earthy note to it. I'm not picking up a lot of the pepper, so I'm probably going to add a little pepper in there. And then right at the end, you're picking up some of that minty note. And I didn't know how much mint or how much minty flavor was going to be coming through. You know, is this going to be very minty? I'm going to say it's just hints, although the mint, being one of the stronger flavors, does linger. I like that a lot. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little, I'm going to do one more pinch of this pepper because I really didn't get a lot of pepper flavors coming through. It might be one of those situations where, since it is a dry pepper, as it mingles with the olive oil, those flavors will come out a little more, so that might be something that needs to sit for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get that going. All right, looking good, looking fantastic, great looking salad. And you know, for me personally, you know, it's just you cooking, throwing things you like. I think that a little bit of fresh tomato in here would be fantastic. Unfortunately, since I'm trying to do a good job of my social distancing, I am out of all my fresh tomatoes, so I'm not going to throw one in, but you could probably toss some of your nice finely diced canned tomatoes if you've got that around. Let's see, which one's going to be great with the wine? Which one's going to stand up better to the mint? At first I was thinking the Axina with its really nice expression of all those summery fruits would be nice. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my Albarino, which has a more pear, oops, that's the Axina, which has a more dominant pear flavor and a little bit of minerality. And I'm thinking that might be nice with the earthiness, but one way to find out. Pears, whetstone, ocean, minerally flavors going on there. All right, so I've got this nice pear, a little bit of crisp apple, lemon in there. Brings out more lemon up front, but it sort of toned down that earthiness of the quinoa. Like I was saying, the mint was the thing I was really worried the most about. And I'm going to say it's just okay with the mint. This is a nice pairing. If I had some other seafoods or something like that to go along with it, I would probably go ahead and just pour the Albarino and be okay with it just being all right with the quinoa, but then happier with it with the shellfish. All right, let's see. All right, a little Axina. All right. Oh, just loads of fresh peaches, ripe apricots. All right, let's see what that is. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure that my first thoughts were right. That is really nice. Let me get a nice bite of this. All right, with this on the palate, those nice earthy notes came back. The lemon's not quite as intense. The lemon's kind of pushed to the back a little bit. Same with the mint, is pushed to the back a little bit. Yeah, those juicier, riper fruits, I think are going better. That little hint of sweetness brings it all out. Actually, it is. This is the one. So my Axina, ancient Greek grape, is the one that's going to pair up, I think, the best with this. I think in a pinch, you could probably use a Sauvignon Blanc. That more intense fruit, that higher acid, might be nice with that as well. But anyway, well, thank you guys very much for keeping this short and sweet. Please visit me at mercurywine.com if you need to order any wine or find out what our latest videos are, or find out what's going on for our Friday happy hours. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, we had to make a nice little presentation for it. I think it looks really good. I really like the flavors. Look at that. That's going to go great on a plate. Could you imagine a couple of scallops or some shrimp or a nice piece of salmon alongside with that? It just looks really nice. Anyway, all right, I hope you enjoy.